So one more 10-year show.
Oh man.
It's we're finally actually caught up to the 10 years that we've been talking about.
Right.
These last 2 years have really been about leading up to
the 10-year thing.
The channel and the 10 years.
Yeah.
But for 9 of those years,
Yeah.
because I started putting the channel up, and that's exactly how we met.
Exactly. Yeah. That summer at Rat Fink.
At Rat Fink, and it was YouTube destiny.
Yeah. Just kind of strange, but that old Rat Fink's quietly keeping anyway.
Well, you know, and it was one of the weird things, you know, clear back when I was like, I don't know, 8 years old.
Wow.
And there were no Rat Fink reunions because Ed Roth was living in Los Angeles, and but if someone would have said, what celebrity would you like to meet? Anybody.
Oh yeah, right.
You know, Burt Reynolds, anybody.
Yeah.
And it would have been Ed Roth.
Ed Roth.
I mean,
and for me it was just Rat Fink. I thought it was kind of the Rat Fink.
I was so enamored of Rat Fink and the whole idea of Ed Roth, and I certainly had no way of knowing or guessing that within just a few years a close friend of mine would be living with him in LA.
Yeah, that's just a story in and of itself.
And we've got a show up on that. Here's a link. And that you would end up living almost in the same town with him.
Right. Well, and it was kind of an interesting way how it came to Manti, Utah. After he married a family member of ours, technically, Eileen Roth. She was Eileen, one time Eileen Breathwaite was when I was familiar with her. But yeah, she got married to Ed Roth.
Just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I got so busy when I was in California, I wanted to come to Rat Fink events and so on, but I never had the time, and Ed had passed away, and now they were doing the Rat Fink Reunion, and when I was handed my walking papers, I was like, I'm going to the Rat Fink Reunion.
This is now an opportunity to go.
An opportunity. And of course, that's where I met you. Right.
Well, kind of.
Kind of.
It wasn't like officially meeting. You were there and I was there. And I thought you was trying to sell me that chair. And you had this Rat Fink artist shirt on. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, no, I don't want to buy your chair. It was like $100. And I was like, do I look like I'm made of money?
Yeah, and actually, if it hadn't been for our 2 videos ending up paired together on YouTube, I don't know that anything would have happened.
Well, I don't, it makes you wonder, but you know, Rat Fink works in mysterious ways. I mean, he led me over to that tent where you were, because I was videoing for my own channel, Cars, of course. And I took a break and I thought, I'm gonna go see if there's anything fun for sale. And you know, within my budget was like 25 cents, but you were over there, and at first I blew you off. I thought, my gosh, guys, slow down, you know. And I never even realized. And of course, I did a video for my channel of the mural, and put it up on my channel. I went down to watch it, and then got home, and it was like my video got tied to this Toyman television. It was a Rat Fink. I'm like, who is this guy? Anyway, one thing led to another. Here we are.
At that time, I was doing almost exclusively car videos too.
Yep.
But my stock and trade had always been railroad videos, as we know, with Madame Wu and everything. And it was like, well, I'm gonna get back into doing that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, one thing led to another, which led to another, which led to another, and we got married.
Right. In the studio, no less.
In the studio, and started putting up all kinds of different videos, model, railroading, and car videos.
And best of all, traveling, because I always wanted to travel, and I never had time to travel, or money, or wherewithal.
And just stumbling into fun things like Ford Tri-Motor.
Oh yeah, your brother calls on the phone, hey, a Ford Tri-Motor in my house. I'm like, what? Gotta go look at this.
Gotta look at that.
Yeah.
So we end up actually going for a ride on the thing.
Exactly.
So it was quite a potpourri, but I think it's sort of distilled down to more train than anything else. But it's still all over the place.
Oh, sure.
You know, you can't keep us down there.
No, strange hobbies and all kinds of fun things.
One of the most amazing aspects of it is when I think of all of the stuff that we've been able to do for the last 10 years.
Yeah, and it was just stuff we really had to do too, and getting things, you know, put together. Oh my goodness.
I started on building Garage Mahal and the recording studio, kind of first the recording studio and then Garage Mahal. But then very rapidly it ended up being, you know, let's just focus on one thing, and that's having some fun building models and miniatures and working on the railroad. And you've been working on miniatures.
Oh yeah, I've done that my whole life, you know, from the time I was a kid. I was building dollhouses and stuff, but sometimes it's just fun to, you know, do it just to do, you know, see if you can. And especially being around people like Steve and Al that build all these little buildings, I'm like, I want to try it.
Well, and there's a word that people are using these days, maker.
Yeah.
The makers.
Right.
And it's like, but it's sort of like revisiting this whole idea of what had been just kind of normal for people, but I think our society kind of got away from the idea of crafts, of building things and creating physical stuff.
Right, you can just go to the store now and buy already made whatever it is your heart desires. But when I was young and growing up, there either wasn't money or your parents would give you that look like, "What do you think I am, a money tree?" You know, and so you like, well, I really want this thing. Okay, here's a box, go make it. See if you can come up with something.
Dream it up.
Yeah, dream it up. And actually it turned out to be more fun that way, because then you got exactly what you wanted. And it was creative. It also kept us out of trouble.
Well, and from the moment I have conscious memory, it would be being in the living room, we'd have dinner. After dinner, the TV would get turned on, and my father would pull his card table over to in front of the TV and go to work on whatever model he'd been working on. And that was just our life.
Right, mine, same thing at our house. Here we lived in two separate areas, and same thing with my mom and dad. And they did crafts. They, you know, we'd have supper, and the TV would go on, and they would do either paint by numbers, or my dad was wood carving all of the time, or just putting together some kind of a model they'd gotten for Christmas or something. But no, they were always busy. They kept their hands busy. And my grandmas, they crocheted and did things like that. So everybody was busy.
And I did some of my best work of building models to Perry Mason.
Yeah.
I wait for, you know, because I loved Perry Mason, and when Perry Mason would come on, I'd already have my project going, and da-da-dum-dum.
And for me, the minute that song came on, I was supposed to be in bed asleep.
Had to put your project aside.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch Perry Mason, although the setup I could actually watch it because I slept in the living room on a cot. We had a very small one-bedroom house. And my parents didn't know this, but I was like watching it through a squinted eye.
But I would sit there with my plastic models and stuff, and it's just, I'm happy to see our society kind of returning to the idea that physically building things with your hands.
Or coming up with an idea. And I'm always surprised. I get on eBay or Etsy, and I find people that have a similar, like, I've always loved little Kittle dolls, and I try to make them just as tiny as I could. And people are like, "You're nuts." And I'd be like, "Okay, but I want to do this." And then later I found this girl that I was buying her little dolls on eBay and Etsy, Des Stratford, that was doing the same thing and making money as an adult doing that today. And that was wonderful. So, yeah, we all think alike. Everybody's got an idea.
Everybody's got a thing.
Yeah. We've actually lived about 25 years in this 10 years of it.
It has been one.
Oh, man.
When I think of all the different
facets?
Yeah, chapters? I don't know what you'd say.
Yeah.
If we wanted to divide life into 10-year increments, half of everything that we've done in this last 10 years.
Right.
Just
I've done more probably in this last, say, 9 years that we've been together, going on 10 years, than I have at any point in my life. It's been just weird. It's like trying to get caught up with things I should have done.
Yeah, maybe that's part of the nature of retirement. I don't know.
Yeah, if there's any other input out there, let us know, because I had no idea.
If there's this notion that in retirement, you know, have to be careful that you don't just stop doing everything. It's like, heck no, you retire. That's when you really cut loose.
Well, yeah, you used to do all this stuff. Now, some people are really tired when they retire.
Well, I'm retired.
And I thought I was going to be really tired, and I am.
Yeah.
However, I find that there's just more to do
There is.
for some strange reason.
Well, there's more opportunity. I mean,
Yeah.
just the way we met,
Yeah.
going to that very first Rat Fink reunion, and I had wanted to do that my whole life. And we've loved going out and chasing trains. I've always loved chasing trains.
Well, they're neat. I loved watching them. We had that branch line that went through our area, and I just thought it was almost like a live animal or critter, like a big caterpillar worming its way through the town. You know, it was neat.
And we've gone out and chased old abandoned railroads, including the one that went right through your county there.
Yeah, it's abandoned now.
But it was fun to figure out where it went and why it went and how it went.
Exactly.
And explore all the old railroad grades. And
See if I could remember.
But I think one of the funnest things has been following the big boy.
Right.
That started off right at the very beginning of the channel, was seeing Ed and the guys from Union Pacific grabbing that beast out of California. And it's like, seriously, they're going to try to restore that thing? And
Yeah.
not only did they try, they just flat did.
They did. And that video that you did of them bringing it up from California, that had me moved to tears. And I'm like, oh, they are going to restore that huge locomotive. That just blew my mind.
And I met Ed on that very first trip. You know, and there again, it's meeting someone, and it's like, wow, so this is pretty amazing. And over the next few years, following the project and going out to Cheyenne to see what he's up to and stuff, and we've become darn good friends with Ed.
Right?
It's just amazing the fun and wonderful people you meet doing these kinds of things.
Oh,
And,
no kidding.
it's been a celebration these 10 years.
Right.
Just meeting people and
Oh, I know. We've met a lot of people, even Craig Worth from the channel, and I mean, you know, our local news channel, I should say.
yep.
But yeah, I mean, like what?
No, it's been amazing. It's been fun. Let's hope the next 10 years are just as amazing and fun. And what do you want to bet they're even more amazing? And
Oh,
fun?
I imagine.
Because we're not stopping
Oh
anytime
no,
soon. We're
nope,
just
that's not the plan.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
What
Wow.
an amazing ride it's been.
No kidding.
Anyway, as we continue, hopefully you guys will all want to follow along with us
Absolutely.
as we build things and chase things and travel to places and do all those things that we just do anyway.
And even get into a little bit of trouble.
The high art of screwing
That's
around.
right. It's all worth it.
It's all worth it. So if you're not a subscriber, and let me pitch membership here too, because
Right.
we have a few members, and it'd be nice to have more. It costs a few dollars a month to be a member. But if you wanted to join the channel, there's the be a member and join, and that costs a few dollars, or just click on the upcoming subscribe button. Doesn't cost a cent, doesn't cause wars on distant planets. It just means that whenever we upload a show, you'll be notified.
Right.
And the easy peasy way to do that is to click on the upcoming subscribe button. Are we ready for that?
Yeah.
Zoink! Well, we're not sure how you found this video on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring, and we will see you here on Tuesday.
Right.
We'll see you then.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.